Not everyone can understand the intent or purpose in conversation. Therefore, there are several studies of language that explain in detail how to analyze in order to achieve the goal or intent of language utterance. So, how to understand the purpose of the speaker's utterance and how are politeness strategy used in interactive illocutionary in conversation. Pragmatics is the study of the use of language in communication, the relationship between sentence, context, situation, and the time. So the pragmatic function emphasizes more on the function of language to communicate in everyday life. So an Austin theory of speech act, an illocutionary act is any utterance by which the speaker performs a certain action, such as argument, question, premise, and order or apologies. In speech act theory, language is seen as a form of acting by apologizing, premising, ordering, offering, etc. So, how we can interpret the intent according to the speaker purpose in this study? We will focus the utterance content order sentence in netizen comment in YouTube channel. So for the data collection, the writer used observation technique because the writer used her sixth sense to collect the utterance containing directive illocutionary. So for the second technique is reading technique. Reading technique is one of the most important thing. Data is not generated without going through the reading process. So for the next, the writer also used note-taking technique. The meaning here is directly involved and pay attention to written comment in the process of searching and collecting accurate data. For the next step, the writer makes a group of utterance of the selected netizen comment. So for the last step, the writer classify and describe the data obtained based on the type of directive illocutionary, which is strategies used by netizens in issuing directive illocutionary act against written comment. So for the data analysis, in this study, the writer used the method of analysis. The data indicator device of the study is based on the listener reaction of the effect of the speech issued by the speaker. So for the first step, for perform illocutionary act, here is choose the type of utterance in comment from netizen of Kathy Morton YouTube channel and group the utterance based of their function using Austin theory and find the type of utterance. So for the second, analyzing step to describe the type of directive illocutionary, classifying utterance that have been categorized as utterance that considered by illocutionary based on Shirley theory. So classifying the selected utterance categories as directive illocutionary act in order into literal or non-literal directive illocutionary. So for the last, to analyze the politeness principle here is classify directive illocutionary act which are categorized based on the politeness strategy used by the speaker using Brown and Levinson theory. For the last, classify the politeness principle used in certain directive illocutionary act according to the Leach theory politeness and principle.